Hello and welcome for this week's video update for Friday, September 23rd. This is Mr. McCarthy.
I'm Mr. Folk.
And this is, once again, the second of many throughout the year of our weekly video updates. So for those of you that were able to see last week's, thank you very much. I have everybody's contact information and I will be reaching out to ask you to join up to our Talking Points app. We're using what's called School Messenger to send out the link to this free video, but we do enjoy the Talking Points app a little bit more just for the fact that it translates in all of our students' English or Spanish, whatever their native language is, and it's just a little bit easier to text and make phone calls too. So just wanted to let you know about that. So the first things first, uniforms, shirts. All of the students are required to wear this is black, I have black and gray, a gray uniform polo or a gray hoodie. So just to clarify about that, the hoodies are going to be just the standard pullover ones are $22. We actually got a nice price break on the polos. They're only $14. So before we thought they were both $22. So it was nice we were able to buy in bulk and save you a little bit money that way. We are also investigating a third option because we don't have locker rooms for the kids to get changed in. So I'm looking for a third option for a hoodie with a zipper on it. Just because it's easier, they could just throw it on when they come into class, and then we're gonna have racks, just like a clothing rack where they can hang their sweatshirt when they're done. So I will let you know about that option. As far as the hoodies themselves and the shirts, I've been taking students down throughout the week to either pay for the stuff they've already gotten or put money down on what they haven't gotten. The hoodies are on back order. I know some of you ordered online. Some of you ordered to have them shipped to your house, or you have them, they're being shipped here. I'm staying on top of that right now. And as the sweatshirts or polos become available, the front office will be bringing the uniforms up to us, and I will contact you and let you know when they're all in. But I think that's it. I brought quite a few students up today to get their shirts and pay for stuff that they've already gotten. Last but not least, if you were applying for financial assistance and you haven't heard back yet, please contact me directly and I will forward your information on. But we did, have a great advantage. We had a scholarship for those students that needed financial assistance to get some free uniforms. So if you still require that, please let me know. Mr. Folk will talk about the equipment now.
So in Video Sound, we require an external hard drive for them to store all their projects and files onto, as well as a pair of over-the-ear headphones that we talked about in orientation and parent night. So there's a few ways that you can go around getting this. We have a link on our website that you can go to that leads you to Amazon, and you can purchase it yourself through there. Or you can have your child bring in the money or a check to us, and we'll order it for you. And as well as that equipment, we can also store it here for your student if they don't have a place for it at home or at their school, if they don't want to carry it around with them. But ultimately, it is theirs forever to keep because they will need it for the future of this program. Every year you will need it. And it's a big thing because we are sharing laptops between classes. So we have students sharing, profiles and stuff, and we don't want any work to get misplaced there. So once again, you can go to our website, vsmstudios.com, and it's there on our homepage. Or they can bring the money in, cash or check, to us, and we'll order it for them.
Yep. So just to add to that, we do have a couple students that already have really nice earphones. They can bring them in, we can inspect them and make sure they're good enough for class. That can save you a little bit of money that way. We have students with Beats headphones or things like that. So we can inspect them. 9 times out of 10, they're totally acceptable. Save yourself $50. No earbuds though. We don't prefer them just because of the sound. You can still hear them, and also they can get lost or stolen. So. Another thing too is some people, if you don't have an Amazon account, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Best Buy, and you can shop in person. If you don't know anything about headphones or hard drives, just give us a call. We'll tell you. The cost based on Amazon, the cost for the external hard drive and the headphones, about $100 for both. So it's not terrible. So it's about $49 for each one, tax, shipping, so what have you. But that's about the price. But if you have any questions at all, please let us know. But hopefully we'll have all the uniforms and equipment within the next, say, week or two. Also, I wanted to bring this up. We do unfortunately have a very strict policy when it comes to food and drink in class, and the students are not all too happy about it, but because we're surrounded by so much expensive equipment, every student gets a laptop, the software that you're using that's on there, the cameras, the video cameras, as you can see, this nice equipment here. Something gets spilled on it or food falls on it, it gets damaged. We don't have a big budget to get replacements in, so students are not allowed to bring outside food in. But I guess the easiest way, what I'm trying to ask is if maybe you can buy your students some granola bars or pre-made sandwiches or something. I do know some students struggle to leave their sending school to come here by lunchtime. They get here at 12 o'clock. We don't have a cafeteria, so we don't have vending machines, we don't have anything. So AM students, it's not really an issue, although it would be great, to offer breakfast to your students in the morning if you can. Like I said, I have 2 sons that are in high school. I buy a big box of breakfast bars, and if they're in a hurry, it really does make a difference when your student eats and when they come to class, they're ready to go. But that issue, right now is kind of, I guess they're getting used to it. So, no outside food, please. So if you can encourage your students to, pack a lunch or meal prep or get some snack bars or anything, just see what you can do with that. But moving on, so what are we working on in class? So I am in charge of the first level students right now. So right now our students are actually doing career profile presentations in a video program called Premier Rush. It was like the program they used for the previous one, but each student is researching the career that they want to go into, which is great because now they're going to know what skills you need, what the salary is like, who's hiring, what's the job outlook, what schools do you go to, and it would be great for you as the parent or guardian, you can see the presentation, but they're literally creating their roadmap of what they need to do to be successful. So they're collecting pictures, video off the internet to create these videos that they're actually going to do voiceovers next week. They're going to have microphones and they're going to narrate. And one of the big things we're learning right now is gathering data and doing research because kids are just in such a hurry to blow through things. So, and they're also learning storyboarding right now. So we're going to do a review tomorrow of where we're at with the storyboards, and then hopefully by the end of next week, you'll be looking at their completed projects.
And level 2 and level 3, we've jumped right into their section of storytelling. So I have them creating a story. Now they don't, most of them opted in to write a story, and the other ones chose other ways of making a song or just, telling a story. Ultimately, this is going to break down to next week when we jump into script writing. They're going to turn that story into a script that could be used for a movie or maybe a radio project or something down the line. So we're just going to keep rolling with that, and they should be presenting their stories tomorrow. And next week we'll be starting on script writing.
Cool. And there's just 2 more quick things. We had our elections in class. We do have a student government here at our school called Skills USA. It's one of the largest student youth organizations in the country, and we encourage all of our students are automatically enrolled here. Their dues are paid for because they're at this school, but it's a way to kind of get back to the community, learn team building for competing, things like that. So every program, including ours, has their own president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. So when the students want to have a movie day or a party, or they want to raise money to pay for trips, or if they want to go on a field trip to visit somewhere. So the students learn how to communicate with one another and run as an organization by having this. So we had elections today. It was really exciting. Ask your student if they participated. We had a lot that wanted to run for president, vice president. Some did presentations. Some of them, maybe your student doesn't necessarily get up and speak in front of crowds. There was quite a few that did, and we were highly impressed by their professionalism. So we do have some new student president, vice president, treasurers, and secretaries. I'll get that information out next week, and I'll actually be contacting some of you to let you know which ones participated and say great job from your student. Last but not least, we do have an important thing about our attendance policy here. Now, we do realize it's the beginning of the school year. Nobody's wearing masks anymore. Everybody's sitting really close together. It seems like kids are starting to get sick, little head colds. I remember when I went away to college, we were in a big concrete dorm with little teeny windows, and everybody was sick for a month. So one of the things I wanted to let everybody know is if your student is sick, they are required to bring a note here to our school as well as the sending school. So if you're an AM student, no problem. You can come in, I'll make a photocopy of your sick note, and then they can take their other note to their sending school. PM's a little trickier because if they give their note to the sending school, sometimes they don't give it to us and we don't know that the absence was excused. So if you could bring a second note, that'd be great, or make sure your student asks the sending school to make a copy so we can get it. But it is critical. Attendance is such a big deal in our program because a traditional class at a sending school is about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Our class is 2.5 hours. So if you miss a day of school, you're missing well over 2 classes each time. So if you have 2 days out, it's almost like having 4 days out. So there's a tremendous amount of stuff that we cover here in the program. So if possible, I'm not telling you to let your student come to school if they have a fever and they're really sick. My 2 sons, like I said, that they're sick, but if they have a little bit of a cough or a little bit of this and they don't have a fever, I try to encourage them, like it's like work. Sometimes you got to go to work. But please make sure they're getting in, you're getting a note, and they're not missing too much time. If they are, please contact us or go on our classroom website, and they can do some work from home to make sure they're productive and trying to keep up with the rest of class. So I know we ran a little bit late today. We had a lot to cover. We try to keep these 5 minutes or less. But we think this is so important to get all this information out. We do appreciate you as the parent and guardian to keep up with what's going on, also to encourage your students. So that's it for now. Thank you so much again, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.